October of 2001 she was going to school up in New England, so we went up there and we thought we were going to, sort of plan the wedding. And when we were up there, she'd just gotten engaged and she had decided to get this thing in her tongue. Remember that? Now, one of those, I thought, my God, what in the world's wrong with that? So she and I had a discussion, in Spanish, a discussion is discusión, and discusión is a little bit more intense than a discussion. And so, my daughter and I had a discusión about this thing in her tongue. And so I got back and we sort of had started this email back and forth, and I had written a treatise, a biblical rationale for why it was not just wrong, it was evil that she had put this thing in her tongue. And so, but then I decided, since I had this sponsor, and he, you did swallow a dictionary, right?
Yes.
You swallowed a dictionary, and he is, really incredibly great at wordsmith. And so I thought, I'm going to take this to Russell, this treatise I had written, before I send it up to my daughter to get her straightened out. I'm gonna take it to him and let him, use that wordsmith thing that he's got on it. So he said, and I printed it out. So I took it and he said, "Oh, wow, this looks interesting. Let me look at this." He said, "Do you mind if I mark it up?" I said, No. Make it even better than what I've got it, because it was good. I knew it was good. I actually have another degree beyond what Russell has, but that anal thermometer thing. So Russell looks at it, and he, about 5 minutes later, he hands it back, and it's all marked up in red, and he hasn't added any words to it. He just crossed words out, and about the only thing that was left of the message was, "I love you, and I hope the best for you." It was very interesting. That was along about the latter part of October, and she wasn't able to come home that Thanksgiving. It costs money to come from New England to Miami. But at Thanksgiving, she wrote me this short little thing, said, "Happy Thanksgiving, Dad and Mom. We love you. Sorry I can't come home for Thanksgiving holidays. By the way, I took that thing out of my tongue." Yeah, so it's really, really, really important to have a sponsor. Now, there's a point at which you get to where you think you almost know more than your sponsor. In fact, you know more than your sponsor. But anyway, sort of like Leon. Russell said something a while ago, and I have to correct you, Russell, and I know you'll appreciate this correction. You said that God exists, and God does not exist, because this little wormy guy named Nigel Lee, little wormy guy from South Africa who had 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 earned PhDs, came and spoke to seminary when I was going through school. And he got up in the pulpit for chapel and he said, "I want to tell you that God does not exist." Well, we're in seminary, we're all crawl under the pews thinking that God's going to strike us dead, that he's saying God doesn't exist. And then he explained what he was talking about. He said, God does not exist. God is, we exist. You understand what I just said? Because God's a whole lot bigger than anything we can even imagine. So, you feel better, Russell?
I feel great.
I know you do. Thanks. Now, we have we're back on schedule now, and we're going to have our second workshop sessions, and we have 3 to choose from. The first one is Michelle and Lena, and they're going to be meeting in the library. They're doing codependent Codependency 101. So Codependency 101. And then we have Nathan Clark. Where's Nathan? Nathan? He's here. Right there. All right, so Nathan's going to be doing conversions, the Damascus versus the Emmaus, and it has something to do with the difference between the AA experience and an awakening, a spiritual awakening. So that sounds good. He's going to be upstairs above the library in one of those classrooms, and then we're going to have a third workshop that Dan, Scott, and Jim are going to be doing on dealing with sexual addictions and how God can help with that. And that also will be above the library on the second floor.
Is that going to be on the second floor?
Yes, second floor. Okay, so choose one of those and go to it. And I want you to be back here. I want you to be back in here at 3:30, because at 3:30, Dice is going to be here and present a wonderful musical worship service for us. So be back here at 3:30.